Bulls. Everybody can say that.
Turf, but I guess they're back in Portland eating salmon, my friend.
That's right. And I thought fish was supposed to be brain food.
No,
I guess not.
They gotta try some pork chops.
Yeah, try some bratwurst next time.
That series was a little bit closer than we predicted, you know?
That's right. Our prediction was the Bulls in 3.
Yeah, they could have done. They could have done that.
Could have happened. A shot here, a referee.
It's a momentum thing. Still, it was a great night. The only problem was all that looting and rioting, and you know.
Yeah, let's talk for a moment here.
Yeah.
That was a shame.
Oh yeah.
Looting and rioting. It's not Chicago, my friends.
We think it's a
It
damn
look
shame.
like some kind of New York cesspool or something. It's not Chicago. We're nice people.
We think it's a damn shame that in a city of 3 million people, you got those 2 million jerks who rooted for the other million.
That's right.
All right, we're gonna do a song here.
We got a little tune for you.
Yeah, we got an audience participation part. The rules are this: when we sing the balls, you sing the balls.
All right?
Fairly complicated rules.
It's for music, if you please.
Dance. We don't dance. We're too cool to dance.
This is dedicated to Pat Riley, who stole Nick's haircut.
Goodbye, New York. Sure wish that you were here. Fuck Detroit and the Cleveland Cavaliers. 'Cause I'm the guy who pulls for a certain Midwestern team known as the Bulls. The Bulls. The Bulls. The Bulls. Bulls.
Here we go. As long as one Michael Jordan roams the sky,
The sky.
Isaiah and Lampier need not apply.
The Olympic leader.
For my friends, just one team rules. The 12 Hale and Hardy men, we call the Bulls. The Bulls. The Bulls. French, here we go. Only one team can rise to the top while the others drop a log. A certain team from a certain town that starts with a C, ends with an O, and in the middle is haircut. Really we, my friends.
Really we, my friends.
Really we, my friends. Yes, indeed. Okay, listen carefully.
Because man cannot live on hoops alone. Coach gives us shit upon his mighty throne. I have no fears or cares, for I know that the Super Bowl champs shall beat the Bears. The Bears. The Bears. The Bears. Bears.
Perhaps if all the Bulls were 1 foot tall, consider it, we might see some competitive basketball. Maybe. Till then, we'll gladly pull for the fine fleet to buck sheep that is the Bulls. The Bulls. The Bulls. The Bulls. All right. See you next year. And the year after.
Superfans, the Bulls. George Wendt, of course, a native Chicago. Red Kerr.
Welcome, Chicago, to the second of the annual
Jalinda.
Let's start the program with the Rutledge Sisters and the national anthem.
The Rutledge Sisters.
We do that again in unison, Bill, one more time?
Well, they did. We
Very
should
well.
try.
Better than we did.
And now,
The moment has arrived, I believe.
And now, the entire lineup of your back-to-back Chicago Bulls NBA champion. North Carolina, Scott Williams. From Iowa, Bobby Hansen. From Oklahoma, Stacey King. From Iowa, B.J. Armstrong. From Wichita State, Cliff Good News Livingston. From Vanderbilt, Will Purdue. From Long Beach State, Craig Hodges. From Clemson, Horace Grant. A co-captain from San Francisco, Bill Cartwright. From Notre Dame, Johnny Paxson.
Chicago's other big three, Jerry Reinsdorf, Jerry Krause, and Phil Jackson.
The coach.
To the world's greatest fans, the second time we're here, and it's more satisfying than the first time, and it's beautiful, and it's all for you. Thank you.
Jerry Krause, 24 years in the NBA, 24 years in the NBA, 16 years in Major League Baseball.
And now, the best percentage of any coach in the playoffs,
Coach Phil Jackson.
It's twice as nice, is it not? Yes, it is. I must introduce the coaching staff that's worked so many hours with me and seated behind. Jim Clemens, a defensive specialist. Johnny Bach. Tex Winter. And the weight conditioning coaches, Al Vermeil, his assistant, Eric Helen. Thank you very much.
Phil Jackson, 3 years now as head coach, 2 world titles. Another bad record.
And the man who brought us through so many nicks and bruises during this season, our trainer, Chip Schaefer. That's right.
Jerry, a couple of other people here who should be recognized. They're behind the scenes, and they do tremendous jobs in bringing you people the players that make this franchise. Jimmy Stack, one of the fine scouts in professional basketball. Clarence Gaines Jr., who is not here right now. He's with a prospect coming into town, and he's outstanding too. And my left arm, who's down here, is Karen Stack, who does a tremendous job for this organization. Thank you very much. We hope to be here a third time. Thank you.
All right, we're going to do what we did last year. Would you like to hear from the players? Really? All right. The guy that makes sure that they always get there and everything, all the equipment is here. Also, Johnny Legmanowski. Johnny, equipment manager. There you go, John. All right, let's get them up here to the mic and see if they've got something to say. How about we'll start with the guy that made some mega blocks, the Terminator, Scotty Williams.
Hello, Chicago. How's it feel?
I just want to say thank you for cheering us on to victory in that fourth quarter. Without you guys, we knew we had a whole city behind us. The stadium was rocking. It really made it happen for us. I'm not going to talk about the three-peat because Horace Grant always tells me that I don't know what I'm talking about anyway. But I will say one thing. Real men do it twice.
All right, you all know the Bulls were down by 15 starting the fourth quarter, but let's hear it from the guy that had the three that got it going, Bobby Hansen.
Hey, Chicago. We love you. Hey, this is great the first time, Scotty. I guess I ain't a real man till I come back and do it again.
But it's been great. These guys accepting me and the coaching staff and Jerry Krause and the organization, allowing me to come here and be a part of their team, the World Championship team of last year. I want to thank them. Thank you, the fans of Chicago, the greatest city in the world.
A guy that played a pivotal role also in that fourth quarter comeback. Let's hear it for Stacey King, eh?
I'd like to say thank you to the fans who cheered for us all year long. We've been through a lot of adversity this year as a team. We hung in there real tight and we won. As you know, I like to do Bill Cartwright's voice. I've retired from doing Bill's voice as of today. This is the last time you'll hear it.
Thank you very much for winning this title. It's been really great. Thank you.
And by the way, I'm not finished. Not.
Everybody does Bill Cartwright's voice. He is the best. Stacey King. He and Cliff, two of the more emotional players on that bench.
Hit a nice jumper in that fourth quarter. They call him the Kid, B.J. Armstrong.
They call him the Kid because he looks like he's 17 years old.
I just want to say, the first time we did it, it was just an incredible feeling for all of the fans and all the people in the city of Chicago to share in this moment in victory. And for us to do it again twice has been a remarkable achievement by the team and by you guys for supporting us all year. Just want to say thank you. Hope we can be here again next year. God bless all of you. Thanks a lot.
Found a free agent and brought him here. We thought it was good news. Let's hear it for good news. Cliff Levingston.
Well, we're here again, and it's been a great ride. It's been a roller coaster ride all year. Through all the adversity we overcame, with all the things everybody was saying about us, didn't think we could do it again, but we proved everybody wrong. We're here. We got one more ring. I just want to say thanks to the fans of Chicago. You guys are the best fans that anybody could ever have behind them. I don't think without you guys it would have been possible to push us through that last game. You guys gave us the energy that we needed to get over the hump. And I just say thank you. And the party's at the Good News Riviera.
One of the most likable Bulls on the whole team, Cliff Levingston.
All right, when the Bulls lost a couple games in the playoffs, who kept our spirits up? Mr. 900 number, Will Perdue.
One of the funniest guys on the whole team. Of course, a lot of recognition with that 900 call Will number.
All right. I got two things to say. All right. The first time was neat. The second time was one heck of a feat. This time, I had one hell of a seat. The third time will be oh so sweet. If you see this man downtown, remember, he's buying.
Local product, a long-range threat always, the three-point champion in the NBA, Craig Hodges.
Craig Hodges, the only member of the Bulls from the Chicago area, grew up in Park Forest in the south suburbs.
All right. First of all, I want to thank Almighty God for blessing us with 2 championships. And last year I said it would be sweet to repeat. Now we say repeat, repeat, will definitely be sweet.
Well, you know, every team has a policeman when things get tough down in the lane. But the Bulls, they turn to the G-Man, Horace Grant.
Big Horace, the sweetest guy you're ever going to meet. Polite, kind, funny. Everybody loves him.
All my fans out there, as the general. Without you guys in the fourth quarter, believe me, it probably would have been a Game 7. But you guys cheered us on in the fourth quarter. The bench did a great job. Michael came in. Scotty held the team together out there. Thank you for your support.
Typical Horace.
Well, the league has some of the fine centers, Patrick Ewing, Akeem Olajuwon, all those good guys. But we got a guy that's been the center on 2 years now on the championship team. Let's hear from the co-captain, Bill Cartwright.
Fourth year with the Bulls after 8 years as a Knick. Nobody on the team gets made fun of more, and you'll know why when you hear him speak.
I'm looking for two things. I'm looking out to see if I can see the end of this crowd. And I'm also looking for some 250-pound right-handers to go to Stacy's camp. I just want to tell you, 67 home wins, 2 championships, 104 games this year. And here we are, right back here. We couldn't have done it without you. We will be back.
A guy that always comes up with the big game. They should start calling this guy the Gamer, Johnny Paxson.
John Paxson. He had a great final series. 7 3-pointers, 8 steals, averaged over 10 points a game.
I talked about how nice it would be back here a year later. Well, here we are. We got our first one in 91, our second one in 92, maybe our third in 93.
An all-defensive team member, a member of your U.S. Olympic team, a man with a lot of courage, a lot of talent, Scottie Pippen.
Here's a guy who faced a lot of abuse and criticism, but stood up to it and came through when it counted, especially in Game 6 against Portland.
Thank you, fans here. Last season it was great because we felt like that we did it as a team. But this year, I think this championship definitely belongs to you fans because you guys brought the best of us in the fourth quarter. Thank you very much. Let's go for a three-peat.
You know, it only happened once. A player was named the NBA All-Star most valuable, the NBA season most valuable player, and followed it up by the most valuable player in the playoffs. And our guy did it twice. Now here he is without his cape, Michael Jordan.
I'd like to say, as everybody has expressed today, I think it's very thrilling to play basketball here in the city of Chicago and to play in front of all these fans. Without you guys' support, there's no way we would have done it twice. Without you guys' support, there's no way we're going to be able to do it for the third time. And I'd like to say a special thanks to the organization, to the city of Chicago. Thank God you drafted me instead of Portland.
I'd like to bring up Kathy Osterman, Executive Director of the Mayor's Office of Special Events, for a presentation to Michael and the team.
You know, I'm very surprised, the number of players who've mentioned the three-peat idea. Michael for the very first time mentions a three-peat idea.
Positive thinking. That will go
Michael, on behalf of the city of Chicago and all your fans, that's our banner designed for you and all the players. Let's give them another cheer.
Maybe a day of rest has given them new enthusiasm and strength to think ahead a little bit, which they couldn't do the other night, nor yesterday even.
Kathy, I'd like you to stay up here, if you will. Kathy, I'd like to bring up the man that is responsible for all these fine things that are happening here to the Chicago Bulls again. Let me bring up Jerry Reinsdorf for a presentation of this World Championship trophy that will be displayed at City Hall so all the citizens of Chicago can view this as your players have.
It's nice not to have to lean down to the microphone. This great team, this great coaching staff won the championship. They won it for you, the people of Chicago, and your trophy will be on display as soon as it's engraved at City Hall, so be sure you come by and see it.
Nice to have a tourist attraction in addition to the Sears Tower and the Picasso. Maybe we need a permanent place for it. Fans are beginning to leave. We've come almost to the end of this presentation.
I think we're back to music.
Johnny Kerr holding up 3 fingers, maybe for 3 seasons. Goodbye, everybody. That's it.
Sweet Home Chicago, the Blues Classic. An appropriate tune today. Michael waving to the crowd. He'll be on the golf course within an hour, I can guarantee you that.
Pretty good celebration. Wonderful weather again for the 2nd year in a row. Let's hope for the 3rd year.
Happy and peaceful crowd, too.
People in back couldn't see, but they didn't care. They were listening.
Phil, I just saw Michael with that stogie again. He had one going Sunday night after the victory. Said he was trying to emulate Mike Ditka.
The crowd up front that can actually see the stage doesn't want to leave.
That's Stacey King, who never met a camera he didn't like.
You know, it is something during a season now, 2 years. We've gotten to know each one of these men and each one of their personalities, and they do contribute something to the overall sort of entertainment package offered by the Bulls.
You know, I've been around a lot of teams for a lot of years, and I don't think I can ever recall a team that had more fun doing what they do. Of course, when you win, that's a natural byproduct, of course. But these guys, they're all quality people. They really are. You can't go up into any one of these people and say, gee, you know, he's a jerk or he's not a good guy to be around. They're all quality people. I mean, they're moody and at times, and they have their difficulties and moments like everybody else. But as a group, it's one of the finest groups I've ever seen and covered on a day-to-day basis. I really mean that.
They all achieved a certain stature and a place within the team, both on the court and off. Remember back beyond 2 years ago when we were talking about one man, Jordan, and you know, where's the rest of the team? They conquered that and conquered it all twice.
It's no longer Michael Jordan and the Bulls. It's the Bulls featuring Michael Jordan. There's no question about that, but it's a team, and only through a team effort do you win world titles, which the Bulls have now done for 2 consecutive years. And by listening to their conversation, to their comments rather, the last couple of minutes, they've got a 3rd one on the mind right now.
I would say that's positive thinking. Well, we're going to let you savor what you have seen for a few minutes and heard. And as the crowd rocks gently in the Chicago beauty, we're going to take a commercial break. We'll be back.
Centennial Mortgage, may we help you? If you're an Illinois homeowner in need of a home equity loan, pick up the phone right now and call 708-678-7777. Cash from your home can be used for home improvement, bill consolidation, or any other personal need. Call Centennial now for free quotes, fast cash, same-day loan approval, no application or broker fees, most credit and income accepted. Call Centennial now at 708-678-7777.
Congratulations, your loan is approved. Thanks for calling Centennial.
Look at me, 40 pounds overweight. But now look, I'm slim, trim, and healthy.
Thanks to natural weight loss.
They're priced right, not like those others that can cost you a small fortune in prepackaged foods. And you eat restaurant and supermarket foods so you can enjoy life, eating with family and friends. And there's no group meeting.
Summer special. Lose all the weight you can, just $19. Call 1-800-359-SLIM.
If you stop for this light and another driver didn't, negligence is pretty obvious. But how do you find out if a hospital or doctor made a mistake? How do you know if you're the victim of negligence in a medical setting? I'm attorney Sam Bernstein. If you have any questions about your medical treatment, call me.
Law offices of Sam Bernstein.
If you are injured, help is as close as calling Sam Bernstein. From anywhere in the Chicago area, dial 1-800-CALL-SAM.
Boy, oh boy, are you gonna get it? You never believe what you're getting into. You can't escape, so you might as well forget it. Just wait till we get our hands on you.
Hanes briefs for me? Why, thank you. Oh, and Hanes socks, too. Really, you shouldn't have. Oh, I love Father's Day, especially Kmart.
Just wait till we get our hands on you.
I want you to pay very close attention to what I'm going to tell you.
Whoa, hear what's got Wapner so hot on the next People's Court.
Today at 4, only on Channel 2.
We're still rocking here in front of the stage and all the way to Lakeshore Drive, but the team is getting back on the buses and they'll try to make their way home or to the golf course. Jay Levine is out in the crowd that's moving slowly away. They don't want to leave, do they, Jay?
How about now? Got it now? Bill, we're right here in front of the stage, the music. One thing we should tell you, that the Bulls really enjoyed this one, I think, more than last year's celebration. The in-jokes that we saw about the 250-pound right-handers, Bill Cartwright has been kidding Stacey King about that all year. Will Perdue talking about his best seat in the house. He didn't play very much against Portland. They didn't expect him to play very much because it was a very quick team, not conducive to his team. So they enjoyed it, I think, as much as fans did.
I think Jay's sound has been swallowed up by the crowd. Thank you, Jay Levine. He's right down on the stage, and nobody's moving in his neck of the woods, are they? Everybody else is kind of milling around. Some have to go back to work. It's a little longer than they had planned. They got started a bit late, Corey. But all in all, I would say they get an A for staging this celebration ceremony.
I go along with that. I think the crowd, we see...
That's a reverse moon.
How does that guy do it? He probably weighs 235, 240. He's on his hand.
He defies the law of physics.
He deserves to be up there.
Good-looking poster, a towel there. And as we look at that towel of Michael Jordan, some of the signs that, of course, tout the world title, we should tell you a little bit about something that comes up tonight right here on Channel 2 at 7 o'clock. Michael Jordan will be making an appearance as part of the Bulls, the best, the champs again. Our Channel 2 special. Tonight at 7 o'clock, the trophy comes in with the armed guards. You'll be able to hear Michael's intimate thoughts on title run number 2. We'll have a special guest. The Lovables will be there. All kinds of good stuff. The Bulls, the best, the champs again tonight at 7 o'clock. You will not want to miss it. Walter Jacobson and Jay Levine make appearances. Howard Sudbury and Dan Jiggets are there along with myself. It's a lot of fun. Hope you can spend an hour with us this evening.
We won't let it die, and these folks don't want to either. Slowly moving out. We're going to wrap things up from the Grant Park Music Show.
It has been just another wonderful, the second annual. Let's just do it. Let's just call it the second annual Bulls Victory Rally.
Same time next year?
Yeah.
Right here.
So until next year, we bid you goodbye. It's been a great day. We hope you've enjoyed it.
Thanks
See you tonight
for joining
on
us.
Channel 2 News.
Bye-bye.
message about disability benefits from the law offices of Thomas R. Nash. Social Security pays disability to people of any age who cannot work. But a mental...
Up close and personal one last time before we kick it into the summer and wait for October when camp opens, and then November 1st, do it all over again.
And don't forget the Olympics, because some of those guys are not done playing basketball yet. This has been, here in Grant Park, probably one of the most relaxed and most pleasant celebrations of any, I think, that we have covered.
And that's nice to see. And as you said, Michael and Scotty will have their summers cut short. They've got about a week to relax now. And then it's practice for the Olympic team in La Jolla, California, and then the tournament to qualify for the Olympics back in Portland. And so that'll bring back some memories of playing on that floor.
We would like to thank you for staying with us on this afternoon and this Bulls coverage. And we tell you that while you see some of us in front of the camera, there are many more people in control rooms and here on the podium who've made this broadcast possible. And we give them our considerable thanks as well. We hope you have a great day. Our news is coming up later this afternoon. We hope you'll join us again. In the meantime, we thank you and say goodbye. From Mark G. Greco, I'm Carol Moore.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye, New York. Sure wish that you were here. Luck, Detroit, and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cause I'm the guy who pulls for a certain Midwestern team known as the Bulls.
Just one team rules. The 12 hail and hardy men being called the Bulls. The Bulls. The Bulls. The Bulls. Great. Here we go. Only one team can rise to the top while the others drop.
Sports One presents World Champion Bulls memorabilia exhibition and sale today and tomorrow. Specials include Bulls World Champion t-shirts, regularly $15 each, now only.
Do I weep and whine? Trust me, I feel like it. Pull yourself together. Figure out what you're gonna...
Preview Guide. We are what's on.
Somewhere in the night, there's a killer.
A woman was raped and butchered.
Penetrates. Cycli comes up and he is fouled. He'll be shooting, and down is Callaway. And every time he goes down, you have to pay careful attention because of the difficulty as he experienced with that knee. We have got to say something about the courage that this young man has displayed all season long, Billy.
I would agree. He was operated on, missed 5 games. That's a great dish by Monroe, particularly to avoid the charge against Garrett. There's Callaway going down, and you know, the kid went down in the LSU game coming off that tight screen. He laid there in a lot of pain, and then he went out and ran around underneath the gym until he could get that leg going again and back out there. He only played, what, 6 minutes in that first half. That really hurts the Indiana club.
Ronnie Cycli shooting 2. Cycli not distracted by the replay board that time. Hits 2 at that end, and Syracuse regains the lead here as we start the second half. Thomas comes up under pressure, and there's another rebound for Syracuse. 1 and out for the Hoosiers. Lead pass, and he overlet him out of bounds. Trish.
Jimmy Boeheim cheering on that move by Douglas. And I think he just wants to keep him pumped up out there, but there was a case where Douglas one more or two more dribbles and he could have had himself a real nice break situation. Jimmy Boeheim doing a nice job changing up defensive men on Alford. It's hard to chase him all night long by yourself.
Now it is Monroe there with him. Alford 0 of 3 shooting the 2. Smart on the penetration, couldn't get the roll. Got away from Thomas. Out of the pack comes Monroe. Pull up, and he hits a 2-point shot. That's 7 points for Greg Monroe.
Seen Syracuse a lot this year. That's the first time I've seen Monroe take the ball on the break and pull up for the jumper. He normally gives it up.
Thomas turns, gets inside Cycli, who does not take the foul. Lets him shoot the layup. 14 for Thomas.
Great inside pivot moves by Thomas. He's really been well drilled with the pump fakes inside.
Douglas penetrates, throws it up, and Garrett out with the rebound, and here's Smart. Monroe's back. Smart very quick. Pulls up. And the Hoosiers at the 17:40 mark go back up.
It's hard to visualize this team without the 2 JC transfers, isn't it, Brent? They just give them the athletic ability that Bobby Knight's team lacks so much of. Cycli's got position. Starting to get annoyed. There he is.
On the turnaround, couldn't get the roll. Garrett takes away the miss, and here's Alford. Bangs another 3 in. That's 5 threes for Steve Alford.
Shows you what great concentration he had. He looked off the defender with the fake of the pass and still was able to pull up and hit the jumper. Fans really starting to get in the game a little bit. Syracuse has to be patient.
Cycli fouled by Garrett. A chance for a 3-point play. That is foul number 3.
Ronnie Cycli's showing us something there, Brent, because Garrett has done a good job on him defensively, but he's open. He's playing right on his back. Now, you see Garrett pushing him off with his hands down low. Cycli goes right up, has a lot of power there because Garrett had a hand on the ball.
So the young man who lived in Lebanon until he was 11 years old at the free throw line. I said, Ronnie, why did the family move? He said, because of all of the military problems. He said, youngsters were carrying guns. My family did not want any part of that, and so we left.
Not a bad walk-on. They wasn't even recruited by Jimmy Boeheim. There's a tradition of his family attending school at Syracuse.
Derek Brower has replaced Coleman. Ball out of bounds on the turnover. That's 6.
That made Knight hot. He's going to take Smart out of the ballgame. Now, Bobby getting a little impatient there with Keith Smart. And really, Brower is the guy that caused that problem.
And Joe Hillman back in the game. Smart sits down. He sat quite a bit against Las Vegas, you'll recall, on Saturday afternoon.
It's hard, though, for him to visualize that Brower was going to hold up the cutter.
Smart may be trying to do too much. Douglas on the turnaround. Offensive rebound. Cycli.
That's what happens when Douglas penetrates. Everybody is kind of frozen inside defensively. Therefore, they're not in good rebounding position. Cycli took advantage. Dangerous pass.
Hillman gets it back in Alford's hands outside. Good internal defensive pressure by Syracuse. Made it tough on him.
5
and
seconds.
On the turnover, it goes the other way. This is a great defensive performance by Boeheim here tonight.
What's impressive is a guy like Brower coming off the bench without the quickness, but just playing good position defense. He didn't reach for the ball at all on that occasion. Hillman can't stay with Douglas.
Douglas off the pull-up is short. Brower couldn't get a handle. Thomas wrestled it away, and here's Alford.
Douglas is so quick. He tries to steal every pass.
Knocked away, and a foul committed on Brower. This is the longest we have seen in this tournament. That Knight has not been able to get Callaway into the scoring column, as Coleman, who has been rebounding like a monster, comes in, and Cycli sits down, and Steve Isle now checks in. What do those offensive rebounds mean? Well, second chance points are the result. And Syracuse here tonight has 11 second chance points to only 2 for Indiana.
You know, Brent, Bobby Knight may be a master, but tonight he's having to match up Boeheim, who's getting the better of it with the substitutions.
There's the 3. Monroe.
Bobby Knight keeps trying to match up Jimmy Boeheim. Normally, Knight is the guy you try to go ahead and counter, but he's the counter puncher in this game.
Alford, that's 6 3-point shots. He's keeping Indiana in the game with his 3s. 18 total points.
Nothing there for Monroe. Good step out.
The Big Ten against the Big East. The best of the 2 conferences, the way it should be. Hillman stayed with him.
Smart play by Coleman. Douglas wants to take Hillman.
Hillman positioning himself on defense. He's not as quick, but he gets his feet there. Now they'll have to move rather quickly as the shot clock runs down.
Great dish! Great dish! That shows you something. Down to 4 seconds, they get the dish inside. Super play by Monroe, and Brower again using that wide body tail of his. Bobby Knight can't believe it. Look at Brower sitting down. The key to that play, he is so wide, and when he sits down, he uses up about 4 to 5 feet. Good hands. And here's what he doesn't do well. But he buries it.
Not everyone enjoys watching a basketball game. There's also some agony here in the stands. There's Elaine Boeheim, the lovely wife of Jim Boeheim, and sometimes we've seen her put her head down and not even watch the action. Then one of Bobby Knight's sons, Tim Knight, watching over here. And he has to not feel too good about how things have gone so far as his dad's team is concerned. They trail it by 4 at 14-28. Those loved ones and those relatives, they can't do anything about it. They can't substitute. They have to sit there and just agonize over their husbands or their fathers' teams and what's going on the floor. It's tough moments for those people.
Syracuse stays in the man-to-man. They've played every defense with good effectiveness tonight.
Syracuse has an 11-3 run over the last 3 minutes, and they have built this lead. Alford cut off. They move to Callaway, who is scoreless. Still scoreless, and another rebound for Coleman. That's 15.
Brent, every rebound he gets is with such authority. He's about 8 inches to a foot over the other players, and he grabs them with 2 hands.
The NBA will leave him alone for 4 years. He'll be a great one. Brower bangs it in. Let that young man mature.
Using the wide body, got a little jump stop, and what's helping him with Brower in there, Cycli can rest and not get in any further foul trouble. So Jimmy Boeheim getting a break with that bench.
Callaway loses it, and Monroe has it.
Oh, behind the back.
Things are going Syracuse's way. Trish. It is a crisis moment for Knight and the Hoosiers here at 13 minutes. They need to do something positive.
Well, they got the ball in the right man's hands here.
They have not been able to do much inside lately. Thomas can't get it to fall. Coleman out with the pass, and here's Monroe. The Orangemen's starting to feel it.
They score here, they've got to get a timeout, does Indiana.
Run down by Thomas.
That's a good foul. Indiana had a breakaway.
So they slow the breakaway with the personal foul.
And Brent, you've got to get a...
Billy, near the end of this game, you and I will select the Chevrolet players of the game, and Chevrolet will donate a $1,000 scholarship to the general scholarship fund of both schools.
Brent, I think a little bit more athletic ability than the way of Keith Smart, and here he comes into the ball game. I thought Bobby Knight wouldn't keep him there much longer. They've got to get some scoring out of somebody but Alford and Thomas.
And they have Dean Garrett in. And Garrett has it wind up in his hands and contributes immediately. His first field goal of the second half. 8 points for the game. 52-46, Syracuse over Indiana.
Here comes Cycli back in. Jimmy Boeheim's mind really working. Good steal.
Douglas loses it and fouls Hillman, his 3rd personal foul. Now, just as you point out, Billy, Cycli returns for Syracuse, and there you saw 23, Keith Smart back on the floor. Brower sits down, and Hillman goes over to the Indiana bench.
Both subs did a good job for their ball clubs. Quality minutes.
Syracuse up by the 6. Indiana would like to get Callaway on track, and Smart with Coleman committing his first personal foul of the game.
Now that's what Smart gives Indiana. When you're down like this, you bring in your athlete, and he just takes the ball to the hoop.
Billy, I want to follow up as Hillman quickly comes back for Knight. He's going to rest Callaway. Stephen Thompson back in for Syracuse. I left the statement hang a moment ago about Coleman when I said if the NBA leaves him alone. I really should have said the agents. The flesh peddlers who go to these campuses and tell some of these freshmen and sophomores that they should come and make the easy bucks. Gentlemen, take a look around at the young men who have gone out early after last year and have not done that much in the NBA. What you see in this game is not what you get sometimes at the professional level. All right, Smart hits that free throw now. We're at the 12-minute mark here. It's 52-47. Syracuse leading Indiana. It's been a dandy all the way.
Monroe would be smart to give that ball up against Smart. Smart too quick for him.
Cycli moves on Garrett, and Garrett was right there with a great defensive play. Don't you love the way the officials are letting him play, too? Alford's 3. 21 total points. 7 3-pointers Steve Alford has hit here tonight.
And he is 4 away from becoming the greatest scorer in Big Ten history.
Cycli gets it back outside.
There must be something about that side of the court. Remember what happened to Freddie Brown? He threw the ball over there to the imaginary player also.
Jim Boeheim calls this timeout. Boeheim wants to regroup the Orange. We'll be right back. Along with Billy Packer, I'm Brent Musburger. Syracuse leading Indiana 52-50 here with 11:16 to go in regulation. Hillman and Smart bringing the ball up. Alford, the third guard in this set for Knight. Thomas and Garrett are up front.
And Syracuse again changes defenses. They go back to the 2-3 zone. Boeheim changing on almost every timeout situation. Alford looking for a hole.
Thompson and Douglas, the 2 men in the backcourt defensively for Syracuse. The starting front line in there for Boeheim. And they hit Thomas with a great pass from Smart.
There's the athlete. Smart can just go inside that zone, go up in the air, and then find a free man. You can't teach that.
Coleman, and it's rejected. Indiana, a chance to take the lead here.
I like that decision-making by Hillman. He did not throw what looked like an apparent opening for a Smart inside. This kid really makes good decisions with the ball.
Here's Alford. He misses, so he is 7 of 10 now in shooting threes here. Has not shot a 2-point field goal yet tonight.
Actually shoots better 3-point percentage than 2s.
Away, and they pick him clean again. Great Indiana defense the last couple of trips, and Hillman is taken away, and that time it was Coleman coming in.
I think he scared himself a little bit coming down with that two-handed. Look at this two-handed block. He actually catches this ball, and if he hadn't been knocked out of bounds, I'm not so sure that wasn't a foul. Now watch this. Hillman's underneath him. Could have been called a foul.
So the freshman from Detroit continues to contribute here with Greg Monroe returning and Stephen Thompson out for Syracuse.
Here's where that 3-point play by Alford really breaks your back.
Hillman penetrated, and here's Smart again, sliding inside, creating a basket. There's that athletic ability that you spoke about.
What an athlete. They say he's got a 42-inch vertical leap or maybe higher, and I think that's legitimate.
Our lead has changed hands 14 times here tonight in the Superdome. What is it about this place? We have great championships in New Orleans. Monroe comes up and bangs in a 2. Who will ever forget North Carolina and Georgetown? James Worthy and Patrick Ewing and Michael Jordan winning it. That was one of the best. Now tonight, again we see one going down the wire. Inside, it's Thomas. Cycli was there, and they wanted goaltending at that end. They don't get it.
Indiana's always been great on defensive transition, being able to get back and stop your break. They did it again.
Hillman and Douglas collide down there at the baseline. Douglas has had some difficulty shooting here tonight. He has missed his last 5 attempts. He is 4 of 10 overall for the game.
You can tell every time Douglas sees Hillman on him, he thinks he's too quick for him and tries to take him one-on-one, but Hillman plays good position defense. Had that very valuable short stint against LSU. Played very well against Vegas.
That's 10 overall. Out of Spingarn High School. You all probably know, or at least many of you do, Dave Bing played there. But you know, he told me that Elgin Baylor played at that high school and held all the scoring records. I didn't realize that when I talked to him the other day.
That's right, Elgin, the first really big-time player to come out of D.C. and go elsewhere. And since that time, they've been loaded with high school prospects in that town. That bench stint that Smart had looks like it made him fresh.
Again penetrating, Cycli rebounding the miss. Douglas bangs one. 59-54 on the three-point shot by the Syracuse General. Hillman can't get it to fall. Alford was in there. He and Trish collided, and Trish draws the personal foul. That's his 4th.
Well, Trish is just the wrong place at the wrong time all night tonight. Jimmy Boeheim wants it called the other way. I think the official's doing some kind of job in this kind of game. They've let them play so they can get a nice flow in this ball game. It's going to be Stevie Thompson coming back up. It's not a bad matchup for Syracuse. They can afford to play the 3 guards because Indiana's playing the 3 guards.
Well, a referee again tonight, Joe Forte out of Georgia, suburb of Atlanta. This crew did not work either of the semifinal games, unlike I think it was a year ago. They didn't choose from the semifinals. They brought 3 crews here. And Garrett on the turnaround hits the field goal. 10 points for the Indiana center.
No, Garrett's been able to shoot over Cycli, and Cycli has not been able to shoot over Garrett.
Cycli playing with 2 fouls. Coleman with 1. 5 team fouls Syracuse. 4 Indiana, and Douglas creates.
What happened on the inside? The Indiana defenders figured that Douglas would pass instead of shoot. Therefore, they held their ground.
Boy, he's been a live wire here in the last few minutes, hasn't he? He runs that point total quickly to 16. Now Thomas misses, and Garrett coming back up. And he was well defended. Ball was knocked out of bounds. That's Stephen Thompson. He plays so tall for his size out of Crenshaw High School. One of his friends out there, and someone who played there a little bit before, was Darryl Strawberry. He said Strawberry could have been a big-time basketball player if he hadn't opted for baseball.
Monroe stays on the ground, doesn't go for the Alford pump fake. They stay in the 2-3 zone.
Thomas. And the personal foul is going to be called inside. Coleman was on that side, and Coleman will pick up number 2 with Knight bringing Keith Smart and Steve Alford over. So we hope you're enjoying our action live from the Superdome here in New Orleans, Louisiana. Along with Jim Nance, James Brown, Billy Packer, I'm Brent Musburger. We've had a good one here tonight. Syracuse, a 4-point underdog at the time the game began, has built a 5-point lead over the Indiana Hoosiers with senior Darryl Thomas at the free throw line for Coach Knight. Billy, all month long we have maintained that the 5 starters on the floor for Boeheim have as good a chemistry as anybody we've seen.
There's a man with pretty good chemistry today. His hands and the ball seem to always meet on every rebound. Coleman.
17 rebounds for Derek Coleman.
Well, the freshmen have been key. Michael Jordan here in '82. Fergus Ellison, Reggie Williams in '84.
Thompson gives it up.
Had the right idea, and Cycli did not have good footwork on that play. He should have had a layup.
Now Smart penetrates, a nice pass underneath to Thomas. You're right about that bench stint for Smart. Woke him up.
Well, Bobby Knight knew he couldn't keep him there long. The thing that is interesting is Callaway has not played, and Brent, what I think has to be wrong is his leg has to bother him.
Off Cycli's hands, and it wound up as a turnover. That's 13 turnovers for Syracuse. Indiana can tie it or take a lead. You know, Hillman, since being on the floor, he's handed out 6 assists. So the 3-guard lineup working for Knight.
Well, what you have now is...
Look at Smart go to work on the inside.
Well, what you have now is Syracuse having to match up with Indiana's 3-guard offense. And Jimmy Boeheim going to take a timeout right here.
Our 8th tie.
Volkswagens and your Volkswagen dealers.
So we get set to start at 5:31. Another huge crowd on hand. You know, there's a gentleman watching this game tonight, Walter Byers. He's been the executive director of the NCAA since 1951 as the whistle is blown. And when you think about what he has meant to this particular event through the years, really a tribute to Walter. This is his last one as the executive director. And we've got another huge crowd on hand. And it has grown tremendously under his leadership of the NCAA. 64,959. Walter, all of us wish you very much the best in your retirement. Monroe misses the 3, and another rebound for Coleman. Comes up and puts it in. What a game that freshman's having.